Johns Hopkins University had its beginnings in 1873 with the death of Johns Hopkins, a wealthy railroad magnate and financier of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Upon his death, Johns Hopkins left $7 million to found the Johns Hopkins University and Hospital. At that time, it was the largest philanthropic bequest in U.S. history. However, the founding of the university was delayed to correspond with the centennial of the Declaration of Independence in 1876. Now some ask, why the S on the end of John? Well, when Johns Hopkins' great-grandmother, Margaret Johns, married Gerard Hopkins in 1700, they named one of their sons Johns in order to keep her maiden name in the family. The name was then passed down to Johns Hopkins himself, who was born in 1795. Hodgson Hall has no departmental affiliation. It is solely a classroom building and boasts a wide variety of up-to-the-minute multimedia equipment. Hodgson is also where the teaching assistant orientation and breakfast is held at the beginning of every academic year. Levering is one of our student unions. In the basement is Levering Food Court, which now contains Levering Leaves, Peppercorn Grill, Savory Deli, and Mas Mex. Levering is also home to the Graduate Representative Organization Office, or GRO. The GRO hosts coffee hour with free coffee and cookies every Monday during the school year, as well as beer and wine tasting once a semester. The GRO also sometimes organizes bus trips to places like New York and Philadelphia. But beyond social events, the GRO fought for graduate students to have health insurance coverage and provides travel grants for students to go to conferences. Pura Vida is a coffee shop area for students to study in, have group discussions, or use the internet. As the first fair trade coffee house in Baltimore, all profits made by Pura Vida go back to help the farmers and children who are from where the coffee has been grown. Many of the large campus events are held in the Glass Pavilion, ranging from career fairs, which are hosted in the fall and spring, to the Dean's Luncheon for graduate students, which is hosted by the GRO, and to the JHU Press Books by the Pound sale. The Wyman Quad is home to most of the departments within the Whiting School of Engineering. There are about 8,500 graduate students currently enrolled in all divisions of Johns Hopkins. However, the Homewood campus is where you can find the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences and the Whiting School of Engineering. Here on Homewood, there are approximately 4,800 students, of which about 1,500 are graduate students. There are 9 departments within the Whiting School of Engineering, including biomedical, chemical and biomolecular, and mechanical. The defibrillator was invented in the basement of Schaefer Hall, and a group of BME students recently worked on an electric foot sensor which would beep if too much pressure was placed on it. The project was so involved that the group eventually filed for a patent. Shriver Hall is a 1,200-seat auditorium. It's the site of the student-run Milton S. Eisenhower Symposium and Foreign Affairs Symposium, which have brought in such speakers as Hillary Clinton, Malcolm Gladwell, and Nelson Mandela. Shriver is also home to the Hopkins Symphony Orchestra, which is made up of Hopkins students, faculty, and members of the Charles Village community. Krieger houses the Math and Cognitive Science departments. The 5th floor holds the Language Lab, where you can watch international broadcasts, listen to foreign radio stations, and watch foreign films. The building also includes the Mind-Brain Institute, which is the oldest psychology lab in the U.S. on a college campus, as well as the Homewood Academic Computing Lab, which houses over 150 computers. The breezeway is a central part of campus. In the breezeway, student groups post banners to announce events, meetings, and performances on campus. At the top of the breezeway, student groups often hand out flyers and sell donuts and other baked goods. Gilman is the oldest and largest building on Homewood, and named after Daniel Coit Gilman, the first president of the university. Most of the humanities departments are located here. The humanities at Hopkins are often overlooked, but many are given top national rankings consistently. These departments include French, German, English, art history, and writing seminars. The French program here is only one of 3 in the nation that is accredited by the French government as a place to properly learn the French language and culture. At graduation, the French government gives students a certificate, calling them true Francophiles. Mergenthaler and Remsen are prominent places where on-campus research is conducted. Students also have the opportunity to take advantage of other divisions of Hopkins, such as the School of Advanced International Studies and the Johns Hopkins Medical School, by taking classes or collaborating through research. In addition to research, you can also find a variety of positions through the Career Center. Remsen houses the chemistry department. This building is named after Ira Remsen, who was the university's first chemistry professor and second president.